What's up, y'all? I'm Deidre, and this is Shade Tree Reads. It is time to announce the Missy Elliott Readathon for 2023. I am one of 4 co-hosts. This readathon was created by Shay with the Hobbies. This is the 2nd year. Our other co-hosts are Britt from Britt Writerly and Dejana from Author Day, or Hey, it's Day here on YouTube. This year we have 7 prompts and 2 group reads. Our group reads are Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo and Africa Risen, that was edited partially. I mean, there's 3 editors, but the one I can remember right now is Cherie Renee Thomas. She's also the editor on Dark Matter and a few other anthologies featuring Black or POC authors. So we're gonna get straight into the prompts. And for me this year, well, not this year, but for this readathon, I'm going to do my TBR situation a little bit differently. I'm going to read you guys the prompts and give you some recommendations, but I may or may not read these for my prompts. Like, these are for y'all. I plan to read the group reads 100%, but as far as my official TBR outside of the group reads, I'm going to leave that up to y'all, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So this year the theme is Supa Dupa Fly Reads, and this is the name of Missy Elliott's first album. And each one of these prompts are one of the tracks on the album, and let's just get into it. It's not in particular order. I don't think this is in track order, but these are the prompts. I'm just gonna grab my paper here so I don't have to keep looking over there. Prompt number 1 is Why You Hurt Me, a piece of short fiction by a Black author. And so, like I said in the beginning of the video, I am going to be giving y'all some recommendations. Some of the co-hosts may be giving y'all their TBR, but for me, I'm going to give y'all a recommendation, and then in the comments, I am going to pin a comment with each one of these titles that I mentioned here. And I'm going to say the top 2, at least, that get the most likes, I will reread, and we can talk about it at some point on my channel. Prompt number 1 is Why You Hurt Me, a piece of short fiction by a Black author. And for this one, I'm going to recommend that you read Emergency Skin by N.K. Jemisin. So anytime that I talk about N.K. Jemisin and people who like want to start out with her, I recommend this short story for a good taste test. 1, it's short, it's like 30 pages. And 2, it's fairly inexpensive. I'm gonna say fairly. It's inexpensive to me. So that's 99 cents on Amazon. And if you have Prime, I think you get that for free with Prime Reading. So check it out. It is a short story, like I said. It's about, well, I can't tell you what it's about because I don't remember enough of it to not spoil it. But it's in the sci-fi genre, and I recommend it because I feel like it's a good taste test for her writing. And if you don't like it, maybe you don't like sci-fi, but if you don't like the writing style, you're probably not going to like a lot of her other works. So I recommend people jump in with Emergency Skin. Prompt number 2 is Izzy Izzy Ah, a book with an onomatopoeia in the title. And for this one, I want to recommend that you read Ring Shout by P. Djeli Clark. Ring Shout by P. Djeli Clark is about, basically, so Ring Shout is about this character named Maurice who hunts Ku Kluxes, which are essentially the characters that look something like this. And if I remember correctly, the angrier and meaner and more hateful that they are, the more of these mouths they have on their body. Anyway, Maurice hunts these creatures, and it's about her being able to stop them, and like the situation on Stone Mountain. So Ring is an onomatopoeia. and so is Shout, I think. So I'm gonna petition Shay to let us count this as a double bonus if we read this together as a group. But that's my recommendation for prompt number 2, Izzy Izzy Ah, a book with an onomatopoeia in it. Oh, a book with an onomatopoeia in the title. Prompt number 3 is Hit 'em with the He, strong female lead. And for this one, I was originally going to recommend Call Baby by Morgan Jerkins, and I'm still going to recommend this one, but I'm also going to recommend Blood is Another Word for Hunger by River Solomon. I really like that. It's a short story. I think it's like 20 pages or so. It's also available on Amazon for fairly inexpensive. I don't think it's 99 cents, but I also don't think it's more than $3. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll put the price on the screen. Pass the Blunt is prompt number 4, a black book recommended to you by a black person. So any book that any of the co-hosts recommend would work for this prompt. And I am going to recommend Forbidden Promises by Cynthia Williams. It's the #1 book, or the first book in the Jackson Falls series. It is a romance. It's set in a small town in South Carolina, and it's just got a lot. It's got a lot going on with it, and I like it. Like, the romance is the banter is the setting, the family, the politics, quite literally, that's going on in it is so I really enjoy it, and I want more people to be reading that series and Cynthia Williams in general. That one is available. I read it on Hoopla via audiobook, but it might be on Kindle Unlimited. If it is, I'll put that on the screen. If it's not, I'll also put just the price. I know it's available on Amazon. I'm not sure where else you can get it. Prompt number 5 is Best Friends, a book co-authored by 2 or more black people. So for this one, I am going to recommend, besides the group read Africa Risen, I am going to recommend this anthology, which the cover is so pretty. Shout out to Sarah, Sky 5 Angel, for this. This was a gift from her, and I haven't got to it yet. This one, I think I am going to put on my official TBR behind the other anthology. I just know I read these much slower than I typically read just regular novels. So I'm going to have to make a commitment to this, or maybe even start it early. Don't tell nobody. Prompt number 6 is I'm Talking. Read a book in a style you're not used to. This one I am going to recommend, well, Clap With You Land would work for me, the group book, for this one, because it's written in verse, and I'm not used to verse. But I'm going to stretch it a little bit, and I'm going to ask that I be granted some leniency on this. But this is Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. A lot of this, from what I can remember, it would be a reread for me. A lot of this is written in like a dialect. And I remember having such a hard time with that the first time I read it. So that is why I'm going to consider this to count for a style that you're not used to, because not only am I not used to like a contemporary book like this, but I'm also not used to books written in dialects. And I am so sorry if the angle changed real bad, or the sound is completely different, or lighting's way off from the other clips. But my battery died in the middle of me talking about why I need to be shown leniency for Their Eyes Are Watching God. And the last and 7th prompt is Getaway, a book not set in the US or UK. And for this, I chose Welcome to Lagos by Chibundu Anozo. I'll put their name just in case I butchered that. But this is a book I read very randomly. It had been advertised to me a lot on Kindle a couple years back. I think like 2021, and I happened to grab the ebook for cheaper or free. I can't remember which one. And then the audiobook became available on Hoopla, and that's when I actually read it. And it surprised me how much I liked it. Robin Miles is the narrator for this one, and I know a lot of people don't care for her narration, which I don't know, but in this I really love her ability to create different voices for the different characters. Really shine through. And I liked what I liked about this, instead of trying to summarize once again, is I liked the mystery in here. The characters were so well rounded. They felt real to me. I haven't heard too many people read this, so I'm not Nigerian. I'm not from Lagos, I'm sorry. And so obviously, and so I don't know if the representation is good, so there's that. But it's set in Nigeria. I don't know if I even said that, or obviously the title will let you know. But yeah, it was really good, and it surprised me. And I believe this author has another book out called I can see the cover. It starts with the S. I think it's Sankofa, maybe. I'm gonna put the cover on there, and I'm gonna edit this out if I'm completely off, but I'm pretty sure they have another book that came out within the last year or so that I want to get to, but I just haven't yet, because I really enjoyed their writing style, and I really enjoyed the characters, like I was about to say, and the story that eventually is told in this book. That is it, y'all. My battery died right when I was at the end, so it kind of took the wind out of my sails. But that is it for this video. Thank you. Thank you to Shay and everybody for having me as a co-host this year. I'm very excited to see what y'all are going to read. Let me know which ones of the 7 books I listed outside of the group reads, like the comment, and the one that gets the most likes, I will reread with y'all. The 2 probably that gets the most likes, I will read with y'all. Thank y'all. Wear your sunscreen. Bye.